Mike Moore Media, the first place to hear Rockingham County news and information.
On our media line, Jill Weston, City of Reidsville Market Square and Main Street Manager. Always great to talk to you. Jill, how are you?
I'm great this Friday. Good morning.
Well, first off, some good news. Let's talk about Main Street.
Yes, for those of you who don't understand what that is, Main Street is basically kind of our mothership of downtowns, and we're so grateful for them. It's an organization that supports downtown growth, revitalization, and redevelopment, and it's been a great organization for all a variety of downtowns. For 50,000 or under, they help support us small downtowns. Mm-hmm. And we've been a part of this organization since 1976, but we have not been accredited. And what that really means is we haven't checked the boxes and the squares, and there's a whole lot involved to get this accreditation. And we finally did obtain it in 2019, thanks to Missy Matthews and Jeff Gartzka. It was a pretty big accomplishment. So now it's my job to keep that thing going.
Okay.
And I was really pleased to get that last year, for 2021, during a COVID year. So we were really thrilled that we were able to maintain that accreditation.
Well, congratulations on that. And yeah, it's good to have that label there, isn't it, as a Main Street community?
It is. It gives you, when you're out there and you're trying to reach developers and different groups to come to this downtown and invest in our city, if they know about that organization and they know you're an accredited program, they know that you've got your ducks in a row and that you've done what you need to do and you're on the right path. And so it does help us in that regard. And they have so many resources and grants and a lot to help our small businesses. So it's a wonderful organization.
Let's talk about your Main Street, downtown Reidsville. Always good things happening. And what's this? Another ribbon cutting today.
That's right. I'll tell you, the Port Chamber of Commerce, they're doing last year and this year all in 1 year.
Yeah.
So they've got ribbon cuttings from the previous year, and then we've had several businesses open downtown. We talked before, we had, I want to say it's 5 or 6 that opened during COVID, which is just phenomenal. And this is one of those businesses, Blue Diamond Dance and Cheer. And it's exactly what it says, dance and cheering company. The lady who started it, she grew up in Reidsville and had a following of her own. She had cheered for one of the local high schools, and I remember the day of her registration, the first Saturday that she took registration, somebody took a photo for me, and there was a line down the block of girls there signing up. So it definitely was a need in our community, and we're thrilled that we get to have that ribbon cutting today at 12 o'clock.
Wonderful. Well, we wish her much success. And, isn't that exciting, too? Another sideline of that story, Jill, someone who from the area and has come back now to do this.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's kind of like the Reidsville story, be that they want to open a business or they want to come back and raise their family. People a lot of times they'll grow up here, go away to college, do different things, but they decide they want to come back home. Mm-hmm. And I think that is one of our strengths. And I had said that on the news the other night. What's the one thing that I could kind of summarize about Reidsville? And I feel like it's the sense of community, like I have never seen. And that's amongst the people who live here, the business owners, the staff that work here. This is a great group of people all around the whole community.
Team Reidsville there, but
Team Reidsville.
sense of community. You don't find that everywhere, do you?
You do not. I mean, I grew up in Southern California, and the county I lived in, Orange County, California, has 3 million people.
Oh wow!
I'm not sure how you really get a sense of community when you have 3 million people. So. Yeah, it's definitely something that's appealing, and we're really glad to have these businesses downtown. And not everybody has had it easy, and COVID's been a hit on everybody's business.
Oh,
but
yeah.
depending on what kind of business you had, people weren't buying clothes and jewelry during COVID. I mean, they weren't working. Mm-hmm. So, but people had to eat. So then our restaurants adapted to that and started doing takeout and doing takeout windows, and it's just everybody just had to adapt.
Yeah, thinking outside of the box, and we learned some things from that as well. that will help us in the future. Yeah.
We did, and it's interesting. And this didn't happen here in Reidsville, this restaurant I was at last night. And what they had told me was, we've completely changed the way we do things because of COVID. We've learned some really good things, and we're going to keep it that way. Mm-hmm. And I would say that's probably universal for a lot of businesses, not just downtown in Reidsville, but just businesses in general. We've learned how to think differently, and that's not always a bad thing.
No, it certainly isn't. Okay, let's talk about, I've got my calendar ready. Let's talk about some upcoming events, Jill.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Mm-hmm. Okay,
We're ready.
Next Friday will be our first concert on the square, and I know people are so excited and looking forward to that, and that's Trial by Fire, which they've played here before. That's the Journey Tribute Band, and people are pumped and ready. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to give a little plug for somebody called me yesterday, and one of the local high schools is going to do their class reunion at our concert.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which I thought was so cool. Rockingham County class of 2006 will be at the Journey Tribute for their class reunion. So I definitely want to plug that, and we'll celebrate that night. But I think that's really neat that they've decided to use our venue to reconnect, which just shows you that sense of community. Mm-hmm, sure. And continues on that they want to do it at Market Square during one of our events. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And, of course, we have 4 concerts throughout the summer. So July 24th is Cassette Rewind. That's an 80s tribute. And then August 28th is Radio Revolver, Classic Rock. And then we'll close the season at September 25th with the Ace Party Band, a pop top 40 dance band. So that'll be a whole lot of fun. And, of course, we have our second Downtown Fridays. And, we were supposed to have one last Friday. Now, this is a sense of what our community does. It rained all day. I mean, it rained buckets.
Yeah.
So we, as an organization, had to make the decision to cancel because we have electricity out there and streets to close, and we know that these car enthusiasts don't like to come out if it's raining. Mm. So we made that decision, and then lo and behold, at 6 o'clock, the sun comes out, which is when our event is supposed to start. And I thought, oh, shoot. So what happened was some of those cars thought, well, it's nice. We're just going ahead and go down there. And then our business owners that were getting ready to close saw that some of the cars were coming. So they thought, well, shoot, we'll just stay open.
Right.
And so they just kind of reacted to the situation. And, the ones that wanted to stay open did. And Kelly's Kitchen was open, the Reidsville Trading Post, Tarawa Fashions. They came out and started selling drinks. And the old corner shop, which I thought was fantastic. That just shows you go with the flow.
Yeah. Let's be flexible.
Right, and so they kind of had their own event outside the event, which was great. So we're hoping that's our one and done rain, but you never know about North Carolina weather.
Yeah.
But those Downtown Fridays are the second Friday of each month. So the next one will be July 9th, August 13th, and September 10th. Mm-hmm. So we look forward to having everybody, come down and enjoy and celebrate that we are out and about again.
Yeah, that's always a popular event for sure. Okay, I'm looking way down the list here to October 16th. Can we mention that too? Just to make sure it's out there.
Yes, yeah. In fact, I'm starting to get quite a few calls on this. So we are doing a Fab Festival, and that stands for Food, Arts, and Brew. And right now, we are looking for food vendors. And we're looking for artists. This is a very unique thing we're trying to do here. So we're going to have different types of art demonstrations, like a potter, and we're going to have a community mural that everybody gets to work on. And I've gotten a sand sculptor out of Wilmington that's going to build a sand sculpture during the event and then give lessons. So we wanted to do an event that had stuff to do, not just things to look at.
Right.
So that was kind of our goal. So we'll have, the different food vendors and artists, and of course we'll have music all day. And Parks and Rec, they're going to come do a kids zone, and so it's going to be a whole fun festival at Market Square and Settle Street. So if you are a food vendor or an artist or a crafter, we are taking a limited amount of crafters. It all has to be homemade, no commercial vendors whatsoever. And we're really looking forward to it. So I'm in the planning process of that right now.
Oh, that's wonderful. So that is October 16th for the Fab Festival.
Right, 3 to 9, yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. All righty. Anything else we need to mention? I want to know, give us an update, Jill, on your walking groups and all of that.
Oh, yes, our fitness. We have the Fitness on the Square, and that is Mondays and Thursdays. Mondays is a pound class, which you use drumsticks, and it's a whole lot of fun. And then Thursdays is a boot camp. We have a great instructor Emily Dodge, and we have bumped that class to 6:30. Just the way that sun comes at that time of day, it's better to do a little bit. We had to advertise at 6, but we've bumped it to 6:30. 6:30 to 7:30, completely free.
Mm-hmm.
So that's great. We're having that program. And we did have a walking program. I think the time of day was not great for everybody, so we're reevaluating, and we might bring that back in the fall.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, but, it's all part of our mission to have healthy living in downtown Reidsville, and that's really what we're trying to do. And I really feel like there's a renewed excitement and energy about everything going on, and it's a good feeling.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's wonderful. Okay.
And of course, I'll give you one more update. The Lucky City, they are moving along. If you all have not been by Lucky City, go in there and peep through the window. Every day it's changing. They are almost ready to open. And of course, the theater that has finally moving forward. There were some complications and things that took longer than we expected, but we're very excited that they're starting to renovate that building, and we will have some quality known bands playing there, country music. So it's all coming.
Yeah. The Browns putting it together there. That's exciting.
Yes.
Wonderful. And you look at Lucky City, and that's been a long time kind of on the burner there, but now moving up to the front burner, and things are happening.
Patience is a virtue.
Yeah.
All good things come in time.
That's right.
And these projects always take a little longer than we anticipate, but everybody has to realize this isn't a brand new building that somebody's just building and it pops up. So we are renovating these historic buildings and trying to keep them in the flavor and respect what they were, and there's a lot to that. Mm-hmm. But it's worth it. It's worth the wait and to do it right and keep them in that historic value that we want.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Okay. Well, we have about a minute remaining, Jill, to kind of wrap things up.
Well, I just want to basically reach out to the community and say, we are thrilled that we are back up and running. City Hall's open, Parks and Recreation is open, the Senior Center, everything. So if you're not aware that we are back up and running, I think we were pretty conservative in that process for everybody's safety, but we want you to come back and participate in our programs and let us know what we can do, because we really want to be there for the community and service you. So we as a city staff are thrilled to have our doors open.
It's a great team in Reidsville, that's for sure. Appreciate what you do. Thank you for your hard work and making it happen.
Thank you. Thanks, Mike.
Okay, talk to you. See you soon. Thank you, Jill.
Bye-bye.
Jill Weston, she's one of the key people there with Team Reidsville. She is City of Reidsville Market Square and Main Street manager. And let me again remind you, as I always do on this program, please go to riseupresreidsville.com for a lot of good information. And I'm on the Facebook page right now. I visit this often because it's current and timely information there at Facebook Market Square Downtown to find out about upcoming events. And I remind you, as always, too, shop local, support our Reidsville businesses.